This traffic cop in Osaka, Japan, has a novel way to grab the motorist's attention. Being stopped at this intersection is a lot more fun than being stopped at boring old traffic lights. Well, unless you've seen it all before, of course. The only advantage lights have over this character is they don't run out of breath. Motorway madness. The motorcyclist at the top of the picture has stopped for a cup of tea. The motorist has stopped on the edge of the outside lane and crossed the carriageway to ask for directions. Mad or what? This car is in the outside lane of the M25. They are trying to change the wheel. They thought they couldn't drive with a flat tyre. Wrong, you can. Get off the motorway. This is the mystery man of the M25. He was never caught, but it seems likely that he was mentally unstable or drunk as he hangs around the side of the road. He created even more chaos crossing the first carriageway, but the cameras didn't catch it all. You can see the smoke caused by the lorry, who had to slam on his brakes. The same junction over 12 months later. The vehicle has overshot its turning and incompetently reverses back. We've speeded up this clip because it took the driver an unbelievably long time to back up. Watch the driver of the black car, who leaves it to the last minute before cutting off the motorway and narrowly misses causing a nasty accident. Another driver who missed their turning and decides to break the law and risk both their own safety and that of many other road users by reversing back. From the way that the car weaves around, it's clear that this driver obviously needs to improve their reversing. But this is not the place to do it. Only evasive action by the coach driver avoids a major incident. Lakeside clip. Surveillance cameras play an increasing role in the fight against car crime. In this clip, we see a security officer for the Lakeside shopping centre in Essex questioning two youths the camera operator spotted behaving suspiciously. They claimed they'd seen someone tampering with the car and were having a look. The security guy calls in more backup, which quickly arrives. One officer uses his car to block the suspects in as a plainclothes police officer talks to them. But as he takes a look at the car that had been broken into, the suspect driver slams the door and starts the engine. The security guys bravely struggle to stop the car, but don't have any object to break the car windows. The suspects, with no regard to the officer's safety at all, smash their way out, breaking an officer's wrist in the process. The car was later found abandoned nearby. It also had been stolen. Photo-fit pictures of the two thieves were later broadcast by Crime Monthly, and the police are confident that the culprits will be caught. The Christmas Day Horse Show. While you were enjoying your Christmas lunch, the Motorway Control Centre for this section of the M25 were amazed to see this horse who got lost looking for its Christmas lunch. For ages, it kept coming up and down the bank. Unfortunately, the traffic guys didn't have any hay or lassos with them. The motorway warning signs are often some distance away from the actual hazard, but should never be ignored. Here you see the sign flashing 30 miles per hour. Yet this car is doing at least 60. The warning signs are only put on for good reasons and are turned off as soon as the hazards have been dealt with. The poor horse wasn't hurt and was eventually coaxed back into its field. Cross-country pursuit. This Range Rover wasn't looking for the horse. The car had been reported stolen, and when spotted by the Thames Valley Police, the thieves took off. Cross-country.
A large copse of trees at the other side of the field, dog and traffic car behind. All the traffic cars, he can follow this track round and come back out onto the back road through Englefield Estate.
1-4, do you receive that, over?
You're on single crew, this is a bit difficult, over. It's through the gate. And he's continuing down the back road, back towards the A4, and the road that he came up from on the A4. Continuing along this road, back towards the A4. Vehicle slowing, he's driven into a field on the offside, driving through a field. On the traffic unit directly under the helicopter now. Area leads up to the private airstrip. Still continuing through the crop. If the traffic car continues along the gravel track, he can come right up to the airfield area. Still in the field. Pure information map reference is approximately 613694.
Receive map reference 613694, all units.
Still driving round and round in this field of crop. Coming up to a hedge. Straight through the hedge as the traffic car stops on the road under the helicopter. Still flowing through the field of crop. This is up towards Beanham House area. Tango Romeo 1-4, can we have another car? The windscreen has gone on the Range Rover. Still in the field of crop, towards a ditch and hedge. He's into the ditch and hedge. The vehicle has come to a standstill by the farm under the helicopter. Passenger door open, one male, black t-shirt out. A white coat, both running behind the farm. To the farm, they're climbing up. It's what for 1-1, we're on the track leading to the farm for your information, over. From 97, they're walking slowly towards us with hands in the air. They cross the concrete yard.
Roger, X-ray down to 6-1.
This is a perfect example of how car thieves don't get away once a helicopter has latched onto them, wherever they may drive or run to. Red light running. Watching drivers' behaviour at one junction over a period of days can show you a lot about our attitudes to traffic signals and other road users. Speed and impatience are the main dangers, so watch out. The 92-93 statistics show that 222 people were killed in accidents at red lights or pelican crossings, and nearly 20,000 people were injured. At least 25% of the accidents were caused by red light jumpers or early starters, but cameras at junctions have reduced the death toll by a fifth. If you're the unlucky one, you might be hit by a lorry doing this. This police car, although a lot easier to spot than most cars, turns right almost 5 seconds after the light has changed. The advanced driving test suggests looking both ways at a junction, even when your light is green. And this is why. If you thought that last car was bad, watch this BMW in the middle of the picture. He goes through 12 seconds after the signal has turned red. And what can we say about this? Luckily, no one was killed or seriously hurt. Automatic traffic cameras have helped to reduce these types of accidents caused by drivers jumping red lights. Here, you see a man on the left in a brown jacket, split seconds after being hit by a lorry that had gone through the red light. As the lorry drives off, the elderly man collapses, bleeding from a head wound. These photos show 2 young boys out for a bike ride. The first made it through, but his friend didn't. The cyclist had ignored the red light. Finally, this shot. The man in the car was about to make a right-hand turn. Suddenly, a van driving in the opposite direction realizes, far too late, the danger. At the lights. Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, this young man is no chicken, more a potential hedgehog. Watch the Jag belting up the inside lane. He's got the knack now. Elderly drivers. Statistics for the period 92-93 relating to incidents involving drivers over the age of 60 show 485 fatal accidents, which is about 11% of the total, and 24,500 serious and slight injuries, which is about 8%. In this clip, an elderly lady has just managed to nurse her car onto the garage forecourt before it stops altogether. She goes to the garage owner for help. As they return to the car, another elderly driver pulls off. Incredibly, he doesn't see her, and she has no chance of avoiding him. The accident badly damaged her knee, and she had to have an operation on it. But she is now mended and back driving. But so is the driver who knocked her down. As we drivers get older, our concentration and reaction times may begin to suffer. The debate about retesting elderly drivers is still going on. In the meantime, remember that old age comes to us all. Crashed criminals. This Texas Highway Patrol car forces the speeding robbery suspects to brake. They lose control, and the pursuit comes to an abrupt end. It was an innocent member of the public who brought this pursuit to an end. This is a police roadblock set up to stop a van load of armed thieves. Their female hostage manages to escape, although the gunmen wound her in the shoulder. The van breaks through the roadblock in a hail of gunfire. M1 pursuit. Early Sunday morning on the M1 in Leicestershire, the patrol car came across these lunatics in a stolen Sierra. The high speed and manner of driving attracted the police. Again, there is every opportunity for them to stop. They chose differently and put lives at risk, including their own.
It looks as though they might be going 512 towards Loughborough.
Maybe going back onto the motorway. He's A512 towards Shepshed now, over. 74 miles an hour down the 512. He's heading towards Whittick now. Yes, we're still behind him. Hall Lane, he's turned right into Hall Lane. Over. He's gone left in Breedon, he's gone left. Melbourne Lane, around a single track road, over. 50 miles an hour. Towards Wilson, Melbourne Lane towards Wilson, over. He's going up the dead end, he's going up towards the church, over.
They bail out, but are quickly caught and return to the remand home from which they had absconded, only to abscond again the next day. Unorthodox manoeuvres. Watch this Liverpool driver.
Corporation Street. What the hell's she going? She's going the wrong way around the roundabout. Well, she's cut the klaxons on. Yeah. As you can see, the roundabout is there. There's a keep left sign, and she's driving through here. There's traffic trying to get through there, so there is a problem.
Once committed to a slip road, you must continue to the next junction.
Oh. Where's it going now?
The driver was fined £100.
Gosh, truth. That was close, wasn't it? Ooh, went the crowd. Now, what's the red one going to do?
The red one,
The red one's turned round. Can we see it? There's a lorry towards. He's doing a 3-point turn.
Yep.
And the lorry's hit his brakes. Hit his brakes. He's done about 5.2.
Straight towards someone, flashing his headlights, and the one who's just come moving.
How often have you been caught in a traffic jam and had no choice but to stick it out? This character's impatience cost him £250 and 3 penalty points. The traffic police are always advising us not to stop on the hard shoulder unless we really have to. This lorry is the reason why. The driver was tired. More motorway accidents happen on the hard shoulder than anywhere. So if you have to stop, pull well over and get out of the car. If you feel tired when driving, please get off the motorway and take a break. Too many accidents are caused by tired motorists. Transit on the M25. Before the video car had joined this pursuit, the burglars had thrown TVs and videos onto the motorway.
2, please. Where are you now, over?
Okay, we have a met Range Rover now between me and the target car. He's prohibiting this vehicle from passing. We're just going in the dip, well, halfway between 23 and 22, VH.
Yeah, Tango to Uniform 2, are you with them, over?
I now have a Hearts traffic car behind me who's staying lane 3 to the rear of me.
Yes, can you... Yes, thank you, Tango to Uniform 5.
Okay, VH, do you have sufficient Hearts car for the link, or can I break off and hand it over to one of your vehicles now, Vascar Turbo?
Yeah, Vascar 2, if you can stay with them, Tango to Uniform 5, are you right behind it, over? 4-5, we're going past on the instructions of the Range Rover. Tango 2. Tango 2.
He's crashed at junction 23.
Amazingly, neither of them were injured in the crash. The passenger got sentenced to 4 years, while the driver got 27 months, of which 3 months were for dangerous driving. Speeding. Most drivers know they shouldn't undertake on the motorway, but a lot don't realise it's illegal, and if caught, you can be prosecuted for dangerous driving. At 145 mph, it would take over 320 metres to stop. That's the length of over 3 football pitches. The F40. This clip was made by the director of the Japanese Ferrari club, who decided to make a video starring himself and his Ferrari F40.
きついコーナーでもですね、本当に信じられないぐらいですね、ロールが少ないですね。F40 はタイヤをですね、ピレリの P0、それからミシュラン。
The fastest car the traffic police have caught in Britain was reputably doing 153 mph in a BMW, and he was jailed. Watch the kilometres an hour speedometer as he's accelerating from 168 mph to 186 mph to an incredible 199 mph. This video has sold over 10,000 copies before the Japanese traffic cops eventually got to see it. They traced the driver and prosecuted him, using his own video as evidence. High-speed driving is a dangerous business. Your tyre could explode like this car's. Watch out for strangers offering cans of beer. Imagine if our Japanese friend had been faced with this. Or this. This lunatic driving the wrong way down the hard shoulder is in fact a post office robber, desperately trying to get away on the A20 in Kent. With the police helicopter on his tail, he has no chance of getting away, as it coordinates the patrol cars on the ground. The unfortunate member of the public in the white car was just coming from the slip road and didn't stand a chance. But luckily, all the occupants survived. New York. This clip from New York shows the NYPD hurrying to help the transit police who are chasing a mugger who robbed a woman at knife point in the subway. He wounded a police officer as he escaped and fled into the street with the police in hot pursuit.
Responding, got a warrant, guys. Stone Cold Trick. Wait, over there. Straight up. All right. Responding, Code 3 to 13 at West 4th. Come on, move the car. Is that the guy just on the corner? Yeah, to the left. Follow the school. What's he chasing? Right here, this guy right here.
How about that for a good response time? It must be rush hour. The row. This couple was stopped for speeding on the A12 in East London. The officer couldn't believe his eyes when instead of getting out, they just sat and shouted at each other.
At the junction with Fieldgate Street eastbound. PI accident, motorcyclist. And it's called 102711. On 7.
The driver's excuse was that he was speeding to scare her, so she'd shut up. She said she was trying to get him to take her to hospital because her tooth was killing her. If you are a passenger in a car that's being driven dangerously, you shouldn't be afraid to upset the driver's ego and complain. In this case, the officer let the driver off with a caution. But she didn't. Domestic dispute. The police were called to the scene of a domestic dispute and ended up pursuing this station wagon driver who was wanted for questioning. His road ahead is blocked. He crosses the central reservation and is now driving against the flow of traffic. After a round the castle's chase, the driver ends up back in his own driveway. What you are about to see has caused a storm of controversy in Australia about police conduct. Watch carefully. As he runs towards his house, he turns and lunges at the police with a hunting knife. Motorway behaviour. Heavy goods vehicles cannot use the third lane of a motorway. This yellow van is in many ways driving just as dangerously as the speeding Porsche because he won't pull over from the middle lane. He's forcing the frustrated lorry driver to undertake. "95% of all road accidents are caused by driver error or driver carelessness."
Look at this. It's unbelievable.
This driver in Wales was flashed by a patrol car who wanted her to move over into the inside lane because she was driving too slowly and people were undertaking her. The driver panicked.
Make sure you pull on the left. We'll stop the whole traffic up. What the fuck's going on?
You've got to be just totally brain dead, haven't you, to do that?
I'm reversing now.
You've got to be
Good, she's up again. Yes! Oh, well done. That's the one.
M6 crash. Some facts and figures. Every year, over 4,200 people die on the roads in Great Britain. The cost of road accidents to this country is reckoned to be 5.5 billion every year. In human terms, the cost to those touched by the tragedy of a road death is incalculable. Road accidents are the major cause of death among young people in Britain, and one of the most common errors is driving too fast and too close to the vehicle in front. This is the M6 on a typical British day. It's just stopped raining, but spray from vehicles has reduced visibility. And 10 minutes later, the sun has come out, but the road is still wet. The vehicles are travelling too fast and too close together for the prevailing conditions. Keep your eye on the outside lane. The white van slows, the Peugeot stops alongside it, and the red Cavalier takes, avoiding action. The vehicles immediately behind all slow to a halt. Some of them take evasive action by pulling onto the hard shoulder. But watch out for the white lorry in the middle lane. And now look at what's going on the outside lane. Almost straight away, the motorway behind is completely blocked. If you're ever caught in this situation, don't block up the hard shoulder with your vehicle because the emergency services can't get through. Put it on the grass verge or leave it on the carriageway. Now let's run through that whole sequence again. Incredibly, the red Cavalier didn't hit anything. and was never traced. The vehicles immediately behind were able to stop, but the vehicles behind those weren't able to react in time and caused the pile-up. No one was killed in this accident, but 6 people were injured, 1 seriously, and 6 drivers were prosecuted for driving without due care and attention, even though some of them had also been injured. But have a look at what's happening further back on the carriageway. An articulated lorry jackknifes into the central reservation. You can see it shaking as even more vehicles plough into it. The time from the Red Cavalier skidding to the last accident was a mere 35 seconds. See how the other carriageway has slowed to a crawl as people stop to have a look, or rather to rubberneck. In fact, rubbernecking is a dangerous occupation and causes even more accidents. Crash! We couldn't resist showing you this clip from Inverness. The unfortunate driver was caught by a gust of wind. He wasn't breaking the 50 mph speed limit for caravans or doing anything wrong, though the police do advise caravanners to avoid driving in windy conditions. Now watch this.
Oh my God.
The driver of the Mini was a nurse on her way to work. We found out subsequently that she was putting a music cassette in and lost control.
What's she doing? Yeah.
Hand in bus. This bus is stopping for no one, no matter how hard the guy tries. He is in fact the bus driver. His arm somehow got caught in an inspection panel door. He was lucky his bus was stopped by the bushes. But he legged it quick when he saw the camera recording his embarrassment. Chopper chase.
One party, how long's he been gone? 35 seconds, which way did he leave there? Okay, it's one white male in his 20s, 5'11", has been gone a couple minutes now. Left eastbound on 46th from 4593 Pecos to Credit Union.
A Denver TV news helicopter pilot joins in the chase. Police soon identify the suspect as Philip Hutchinson. Before his escape from a Texas prison, Hutchinson was serving a life sentence for kidnapping and aggravated robbery. With nothing to lose, the 24-year-old ex-Marine will stop for no one who gets in his way.
Channel 4 is monitoring clear apparently. 110, give us location of the vehicle now. We need an ambulance at 48th Avenue.
He loses control and smashes into some trees. From the air, the pilot plays an increasingly crucial role as the police have temporarily lost track of the suspect. The pilot cannot contact the police with his radio as it's on the wrong channel. Frantically searching for another car and hostage, he finds 2 potential victims, a young mother and her baby. As she accelerates away, the suspect opens fire on the escaping car, just missing the baby. From time to time, Hutchinson points his gun at the chopper, but he never fires. The police following zero in on the area as Hutchinson, who's now exhausted, slows to a walk. But he can hear the sirens faintly in the distance, getting closer. he finds two new victims getting into their truck. The suspect allows the daughter to walk away, but he forces her elderly father to drive. The police drive straight past the truck as the gunman ducks down out of their sight. Fearing for the life of the hostage, the pilot makes a bold decision. As the police close in on him from behind, the helicopter makes a sudden descent directly in front of the truck, blocking its escape. Hutchinson refuses to give up, and when he raises his gun at the officers, he forces their hand. Amazingly, the hostage is unharmed. Mad, bad, and sad drivers. This madman in Hampshire, who nearly collided with two cars, got fined £400 for dangerous driving and gained 4 points on his licence. And this character was fined £400 and was lucky not to kill someone. The traffic car noticed this driver on the A2 at Blackheath.
Yeah, he's still on. Just
Yeah, okay.
take him up the A2.
I've got it on.
Oh, yes, well, that's good enough evidence. That's good enough evidence.
That's without due care.
Fined £200 for careless driving and 4 penalty points. Snow and ice. These drivers' concentration levels were probably okay, but if they'd been fully on the ball, maybe they would have seen the sign. This incident was captured by a Canadian news crew who happened to be in this Toronto park shooting a news item when the producer spotted this character taking a shortcut right across the park. He smacks into the back of a car waiting at traffic lights before heading off. Minutes later, he loses control and crashes into a shop front. He turned out to be a burglar who had been spotted trying to make his getaway. Driving in icy weather takes a lot of skill and concentration. These obviously have neither. A frozen lake is fun for skating and ice hockey, but it's no place for a pickup truck. And it means an unexpected swim for the three guys relaxing in the back. They were just setting off for a fishing trip, but hadn't noticed there'd been a bit of a thaw. Travelling at speed on an icy road can have unpredictable results. That's one lucky driver. Pitbull.
Seatbelts.
Whatever that word was, critical behaviour. Don't think he moves.
Doors open, they're getting out. Serious?
Yeah. Ow, what's up? Talk to MP from Oscar 729.
Noise.
MP Oscar 729.
710 on it. Oscar 729, go ahead.
Yeah, MP Oscar 729, we're chasing a motor vehicle. Stanmore
hit that.
Broadway. Stanmore Hill, Alpha 991, Bravo, Charlie, Foxtrot. The vehicle is a black Austin Metro. It's travelling towards Bushy Heath, Stanmore Hill. 2 occupants, male IC1s. It looks like they're trying to drop a dog out the near side door, over.
So it's one of those things that bite you. It's one of those ones that bite you.
Pit Bull Terrier. Chasing, watch the door. Still chasing the vehicle northbound towards Bushy Heath, Stanmore Hill, Alpha 991, Bravo, Charlie Foxtrot.
991, Charlie, yes, Foxtrot, the speed, and the RT there. Thanks, Quebec, 5,
Pit Bull, it's not English.
That's a pit bull.
Still travelling towards Bushy Heath, past the junction with Wood Lane, refusing to stop. The passenger near side door is open. We're still travelling towards Bushy, speed 50 miles an hour plus. It's the junction at the top there.
I know. That's Common Road, Stanmore.
MP still travelling towards Bushy, Stanmore Hill, coming up to a red traffic light. He's going alongside of a bollard. He's going right into Magpie Hall Road.
Right into Magpie Hall Road. Quebec Alpha 5 on way. Quebec Alpha 5 keeps that away.
Back there.
I'm not worried about that. Grab hold of that, my love.
Still Magpie Hall Road. Overtaking wrong side of the road. Double bends.
Oscar 729, can you repeat the next,
Yeah, he's still Magpie Hall Road, going past the Bupa Hospital left-hand side. He'll be coming down to the roundabout very shortly. He's possibly heading towards the A41. Possibly the Gypsy site. 2 SE1 occupants. The passenger has got the near side door open and he's waving a pit bull terrier at us. Come up to the roundabout, wrong side of the roundabout, junction with Elstree Road, down towards the national speed limits and the A41, Elstree Hill. He's dropping stuff out of the vehicle. I think he's just trying to put the driver off. There's a lot of debris coming out of the vehicle. The near side driver's door, near side passenger door is open. Just entering the roundabout with the A41. He's going straight across the roundabout towards the fisheries. Elstree Road towards the fisheries, towards Elstree.
Yes, towards the fisheries, can you repeat the index? I've got no trace of the
Alpha 991, Bravo, Charlie Foxtrot, towards the fisheries, black MG, Metro 1300. Wrong side of the road, nearly got caught by a bus. He's actually in the fisheries. Just going past the public house in the fisheries, overtaking on the wrong side, double white lines. Just past the Fisherman Pub, coming up to the traffic lights at the junction with Elstree itself. Go! Just past the Panda car, coming the opposite way. It's coming up to the traffic lights in the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. The lights are changing to red.
So you're heading north, aren't you?
Yeah, we're heading north. Straight across the red light, nearly hit a Panda car. Get out of the way. Yeah, he's still carrying on north. He's going towards the Borewood area. Go!
past the right-hand bend by Deacons Hill Road towards the A1. Entering a 40 mile an hour limit now, double white lines. Passenger door open, he's still waving the dog at us. What's your brakes? Which one? He's doing a left into the field. He's in the field. No, yeah, MP from Oscar 729. We've had to abort the chase. He's gone into a field. If we follow him, we're going to damage the car severely. Turn up 2 pounds.
They caught one guy in the field. When the case came to court, he changed his story and claimed his brother was the driver. His brother had just started an 8-year stretch. He was fined for possession of cocaine. No one knows what happened to the dog or the stuff chucked out of the car. Level crossing. This survey camera set up at an unmanned level crossing captured the following incidents. Whoops. Watch the lorry stop correctly at the flashing lights, and then this nutter who must be rushing to catch a train. Count how many cars keep going through this flashing stop signal. There are 9,091 level crossings in Great Britain, and the 92-93 stats show 55 reported accidents with 10 fatalities and 42 people injured. The red lights are flashing here as well. This cyclist doesn't care. The red lights flash. The blue truck stops. The barriers begin to drop. The red car... Oh dear. The van stops, but the white car behind him has other ideas. So not to be outdone, the van driver then decides to follow. Late braking. All the following clips are caused by a simple lack of driver concentration. Bikers. This motorcyclist was videoed riding at almost 80 mph down the Docks Road in Liverpool. The road looks quiet, but it has a 30 mph limit, and that's a maximum. The statistics are this. If you hit a pedestrian at 20 mph, only 1 in 20 is killed. At 30 mph, nearly half are killed, and at 40 mph, nearly all are killed.
Past the junction. Catch up with your mate and tell him as well. Catch up with the oppo, tell him as well. Catch up with him and tell him.
Notice how the police pull the two bikers at the same time. This character had travelled several miles around Liverpool before the traffic guys came across him. They drew some connections to the difference between his intelligence and the planks before booking him. Trouble on two wheels doesn't just come from motorcyclists. Here, a joyrider out on his pedal bike gets found with dry feet, riding along the hard shoulder of the motorway.
Turning left into Claremont Avenue. They've fallen off.
They both ran off after falling off the bike but were quickly caught. The passenger claimed that he didn't know the bike was stolen until the police tried to stop them. The driver has since skipped bail and is on the run. The Swan. Britons love animals, that's official. The reaction of drivers when they see this swan on the motorway shows the lengths we'll go to avoid harming an innocent creature. Did you see that? The swan had a peck at the car. This daydreaming driver sees the bird far too late. The swan seems oblivious to the danger and chaos it's causing, but probably it was frightened and confused by the unfamiliar noise and the fast-moving cars and lorries. We've speeded up this sequence to highlight the chaos the bird caused. Just as the law arrives, the swan makes good its escape. How this motorist only gets away with a speeding ticket is amazing.
Now just give me the goddamn thing, let me get out of here. I didn't do nothing wrong, and I know I did. Now let me get the out of here. I ain't in no hurry, but I did want to get some kills for my dog. That's just about ready to get the out of here, give me that.
Can I explain it to you, sir, so you'll know what you need to do?
I know what I do. You're ripping me off, and I didn't deserve it because I didn't do nothing wrong. You're probably sitting that pipe while I drive right back and forth to get someone in the 40 miles of whatever frig it is. I never saw the sign. I saw it 55, and I was doing 57. That's all I know. Now just give me the goddamn thing, and I'll look at the date. If I'm working, I'll pay the fine because I can't afford to take a day off. And if I'm not working, I'll plead not guilty because I know well I'm not guilty. There. Now, are you a state or local? Looks like you're a state trooper. Get back and pick up some more guys and run up the friggin' deficit on the working man. Just give me the damn thing, let me get out of here.
What I need you to do is sign the X so I can explain this to you.
There ain't no explaining. I got picked up for speeding before. You're guilty and you pay the fine and hope your insurance don't go up. And you try not to speed the next time. And that's what I've been trying to do for 4 or 5 years, and it's worked damn good until I run into you.
Green copy's for your record, sir.
I don't... All right.
White copy needs to be mailed in within 20 days.
Okay.
Make sure you read the...
I can't read, and I put this stuff away. I get bills in the mail all the time. I don't even look at them. $7 glasses here. All right, just tell me what I do. Lincoln Court?
No.
Where?
Read the instructions here. This says you have 20 days to respond to this summons. Read the back of this hard copy. This will explain how you can have a trial if you want. On the back, that'll explain it. Attaches an envelope. See? Put a stamp on that, you mail that in. They'll tell you what to do.
Well, I can afford the stamp.
The fine's right here, sir. It's $137.50.
You're crazy! I can't! You're crazy! My wife took money out of her goddamn account where she's working to pay my insurance so I wouldn't get picked up. You're crazy!
If you don't pick this up, sir, I'm going to summon you for littering.
I'll pick the goddamn... Are you crazy? I wasn't even speeding, you goddamn... $100 and some dollars! Jesus Christ!
There's some more right there.
I've never heard of a fine like that in my life, you goddamn